Hi, Martino from Ne Obliviscaris, and you're watching Impact Channel.
Greetings everyone, our guest today is Martino from Ne Obliviscaris. Welcome back to Hungary. How are you doing? How is it to be this sun?
It's pretty nice, season is super nice, really. One of the most nice and, I should say, humble person in this kind of genre of music and everything, because, I don't know, sometimes you find like those people that feels like a bit more rock star and everyone knows what he's done, and still is like super humble, super nice.
And what do you think about his son's music, his solo records and Emperor?
There's obviously a huge difference between them. He still plays a bit of that kind of music. You can feel in the Eastern record a lot of blast beats and stuff that reminds of the usual death black metal he was doing, but there's a lot of progressive rock stuff, and it's mixed so well. That's the thing. Sometimes you imagine that those two things aren't fit so well within each other, but no, it's
Exactly.
super good.
I can also imagine maybe Devin Townsend playing with you too.
Yeah. It's Devin Townsend is a bit more on one way. And Hishan is like, he has songs like that reminds me sometimes of Anathema, for example.
Yeah.
And it's fantastic. Yeah.
Okay. What was your childhood like?
My childhood was like every kid. I mean, I started listening to rock and metal when I was like 11, 12 probably. Then I instantly wanted to play something. So I started with the guitar, and then I switched to the bass after 1 year probably. Then I just played with that randomly until I found out like some more technical stuff. At that time it was like Dream Theater, more stuff like power metal, so it was just like noodling around until the moment I realized that, oh okay, maybe this is how I should play, and then I started doing it professionally. Then all the other stuff like session musician, trying to make it as a job, started teaching and all that stuff.
Do you remember your first guitar?
My first guitar, oh yes, was like something similar to a Fender Stratocaster, but really cheap, like probably not $150, something like that. Really a piece of wood, but still,
Like mine.
it helped.
And your first bass guitar?
My first bass guitar, similar, like a Fender Jazz Bass, similar to a Fender Jazz Bass, but super cheap.
Yeah. And what was the first song that you learned to play?
I can't remember actually. But yeah, the usual 3-note stuff.
And the first show as a musician and as a fan?
Super difficult. As a musician, I really can't. Oh, maybe I remember. I had like a band when I was like 15 probably, or 14. It was like some sort of new metal, System of a Down, stuff like that. Some covers, some original stuff. Really bad. played really bad. The first show I saw, I think was Megadeth. I was 14 and really struggling to see something inside of all those people, but and everyone was moshing as fuck, so yeah, super rough for a 14-year-old kid, but yeah, that was fun.
And the first album you bought?
I can't remember if that was Slayer or Metallica. One of those. It was Ride the Lightning or Slayer, but I can't remember which one.
Please tell us about your gear. What do you use on the stage and what do you use in the studio?
Okay, it's pretty much the same. My bass is a leg guitar bass, handmade in Italy. It's pretty good. A bit heavy. It's really heavy. A huge piece of wood, but it sounds really good. Oh, my gear, it's pretty simple. I go directly in a preamp that is from Kruger. It's the Plex model. Really a square box like this, and that's all. That sounds super good. I was used to use a compressor before that, but then my compressor broke, and I found out that the Kruger has a huge good compressor inside that, so that's the only thing I use. And when I went to the studio the last time that I had to record something was this summer, I tried different amps and then the Kruger Plex, and that's better. The direct line from that is better than a microphone in front of the amp. I was surprised and happy at the same time, so whoop, let's do it. I split the signal sometimes in the studio, and one goes in the Plex and one goes in a Sans amp. Do you know that? It's like the most famous distortion for metal bass. Now it's Dark Glass. You know Dark Glass?
Yeah, I heard about it.
Yeah, they're super famous for bass players right now, but before that it was only Sans amp. So I still use that because it sounds awesome, and mix both the sounds, the clean one from the Kruger and a bit distorted one, a bit overdrive from the Sans amp. And both of them are really getting out in the mix, so it's super useful.
What about the strings that you use?
Strings, I'm endorsing Galley strings right now, but I don't mind using sometimes La Bella. They're from New York probably, yeah, and Galley strings is from Italy.
What gauge is it?
Gauge, for a 4 strings, it's like 40 to 100. Then I have also the high C and the low B. Low B should be the 150, 125, and the C should be a 30. Yeah.
What are the most essential things that you bring with yourself on tour?
Who? You mean gear talking or
just more personal stuff?
More personal stuff. I have a small bag that is actually like this, and it's full of like, it's like a beauty case, but it's not a beauty case, but I have everything inside that, like a comb for my beard, wax for my hair and everything, so yeah, I need that.
Do you have any funny tour story to share with us?
Last time we came to Europe as a headliner, we played in Bielsko-Biała in Poland, and the owner of the venue at the end of the show closed the venue and started giving us drinks and everything, and he had this cherry vodka that was super tasty and like 35 degrees. Then he started like coming out with these other bottles. He made us everyone drinking that stuff, and after everyone drank that, he showed us like it was 95 degrees. And after that, blackout for everyone, the party was over. And I remember there was Swiss band supporting us, Virbum,
yeah,
and they were totally wasted. They woke up the day after at 4 p.m. totally destroyed. Maybe they will not thank me now.
Do you think that people in different cultures behave differently at gigs?
Yes, absolutely. So you can see that. It's usually the same. There are some more colder countries.
Scandinavia?
Not Scandinavia actually. They're pretty cool on stage. They feel it. But you know that we call it the German feels. Germany sometimes is like more, the crowd is more like, it's good anyway, they enjoyed it so much, but
that's good.
It's more difficult to make them move a bit more. And then you have like Spain and what else? London, sorry, UK, they're crazy, they destroy themselves. Canada, oof. Montreal, you can see people moshing also when you're playing acoustic parts. And it's the same also in on stage, you can see the difference too. and except the reaction to the show is also like how the bands talk to each other. There are more cultures that are more open-minded to discover what their colleagues are doing, and some others that they just don't give a fuck. And it's okay. And it's a cool difference.
And how do you imagine your dream gig, if there were no financial or any kind of issues?
Maybe something that I would like to have. I want to steal that from Dark Tranquility. I saw that they're using like projectors instead of the normal backdrop, and the projectors follows the music, so they probably have connected the click track of the song to that, and it's super nice. If you have a good illustrator that can do that, and we have Zen, it's almost his job, because he does all the artworks and everything, and it would be super nice if he could do something like that, and we can project it in the back. That would be awesome, because it can follow the mood of the song. It gives the crowd something more to focus on the music.
The music you play is really passionate. When you're performing on stage, what do you feel? What's in your mind?
There's everything. There's everything, because we try to focus on the music, so we try to feel raging when there's the death metal part, and at the same time when it turns to the acoustic part, you wanna feel a bit of, I won't say dancing, but there's that mood, you know. You wanna enjoy the music like that, but at the same time the band is like a bunch of crazy guys. We always wanna have fun, we always laugh 24 hours a day, so you're still with the same guys. So you turn to them and you always find something to laugh for. So it's like you're super serious, and at the same time you turn on and someone says something stupid and you start laughing, but you don't want to do that because you still have to play that part. So, yeah, there's everything.
If your music was a soundtrack for a movie or for an art exhibition, what do you imagine for that?
That's difficult. That's super difficult. I would say something really peaceful, because also the death metal parts, and they always end in something more open, and not something that has to be like the usual death metal, death and damnation and everything. So yeah, nothing horror, nothing crazy, just like some landscape in Iceland, for example.
Nice. And if you could pick the bands and the artists for a Ne Obliviscaris tribute album, who would you like to hear on that CD?
Ooh, it's difficult. I would love to hear a tribute album that is not death metal. For example, I listen to a lot of genres, so I would like to listen to a jazz version of a song, or a post-rock version of another song, for example. Yeah, something that can change a lot. I don't want to hear the same thing from good musicians. You can find good musicians everywhere. They can play like the album, but that's not what it should be. For the clean vocals, I want your Lande.
Oh.
That's all I want. Or Russell Allen. Yeah, I like the harsh vocals in the clean, the mixing they do, it's awesome. So yeah, that would be awesome.
And who is on your bucket list to work with?
Pain of Salvation, Opeth. I mean personally, not for the band, but it would be awesome also to tour together, of course. What else? Can't think about anything else. Yeah.
What is your goal as a musician?
I just want to enjoy what I'm doing, write sick stuff every time I'm home, tour, have fun, that's all. I'm already doing what is my goal right now, because I'm writing and enjoying the tour. I go home, miss the guys because they live super far from me, but still we can write things and meet again. That's all.
And what do you do when you're not busy with music? Do you have any hobby maybe?
I actually have a lot of hobbies, like hiking, a bit of downhill, but I should watch out about that because you can break everything, so it's a bit difficult. Then just work out a bit, go to the gym like that, and have fun. That's all. Write music, of course. That I skipped that, but that was obvious. So.
Do you have any favorite place to go? Somewhere where you can recharge your batteries?
Yeah, hiking is like going to trekking in the mountains. That always gives you the best energy ever. I do that in Italy, but I would like to move north, so probably I can do the same there. So,
what does art mean to you?
It's the reflection of what you are. So what you write shouldn't be forced. If you have to force it, it's not your art anymore. You're doing a normal job.
Exactly.
Everyone can do that. I mean, not everyone, but still, one should learn it and then do it, and then done. It's easy. But when it's yours, it has to come from you. It has to come from what you think, from what you are, and you know when it's that. Because when you listen to that, it gives you all what you want to hear from someone else. So when you find something good that you want to listen for a week and you don't get bored from that, that's the right jam you want. And if you can do that with your song, that's your art.
What are your plans after the tour?
We have to rest for a couple of months. I'm pretty sure I want to write because we need to do that. I want to do this, so yeah. I'm just gonna relax, study, write music. That's the main thing, and all that comes after is like something more.
What do you study?
Just study.
Oh, just break.
Yeah.
Okay.
Study more. Yeah. Study more on the bass.
What are your 5 favorite albums of all time?
Red from King Crimson. Young Mountain from This Will Destroy You. It's a post-rock band. Let's say I really love the prog rock from the 70s. So Emerson, Lake and Palmer, for example.
Pink Floyd.
A bit less, but yeah, I love also them. Yeah, all that kind of stuff. So my favorite album are between those things, and also some new stuff. As I said, Pain of Salvation are one of my favorite metal bands. So maybe Remedy Lane could be in the section of albums. Yeah.
What's the meaning of life?
42.
Any message to your fans? Anything to add?
Not actually. Keep enjoying what we're doing. If you like it, keep enjoying everything you do. The happier you are, the happier I am. So that's all.
Thank you for the interview.
Thank you guys.